Day 40 on the Florida Trail begins with a little bike ride. I'm just leaving Stephen Foster Campground. I think the trail used to go in here, but I'm going to take you here anyway for a bit. See, there's the orange blaze, so it obviously used to go here. I want to show you something really neat. Even before a town took root in the 1800s, White Sulphur Springs was deemed a sacred healing ground by Native Americans. For them, these waters held special medicinal powers. Warring tribes set aside their differences, allowing each other to drink and bathe in the mineral water without fear of attack. Bryant and Elizabeth Sheffield discovered the spring in 1835 after purchasing land along the Suwannee River. Word soon spread of the sulfur water's positive effects on Mr. Sheffield's health. He built a log hotel and bathhouse around the natural spring, and Florida's first tourist destination was born. Droves of people came seeking a cure for almost anything that ailed them, from rheumatism and insomnia to dandruff and indigestion. By the late 1800s, the newly developed town of White Springs boasted 14 luxury hotels and boarding houses galore. These sulfur springs really do stink, but it must be good for you. And see, here's my blaze, but the stairs are apparently blocked off, so I have to bike a detour. Okay, now I'm entering White Springs Tract, Adams Memorial Circle entrance. So this is also a bicycle route, a local bicycle route, so I might have to watch out for that. I see the blue blaze goes in here, but does my orange blaze go in here? Or does it go down here? Oh, I think it does go down here. That's one of the things you really gotta navigate on this trail. It's so fun, it's like a treasure hunt. Where your blaze is. Oh, I see my entrance. Do you see it? Got a right-hand turn up here. This White Springs town is quite a historical town. Whoa. Those squirrels can really make a ruckus. I was reading another sign that said that it was a neutral town during the Civil War, and if soldiers came here to soak in the springs or whatever, they were not attacked. So that's pretty cool. This water is really road level, but I am walking on dry ground. Got a really nice mowed path for me. I'm very grateful. I am actually astonished that there is not any mosquitoes. I've hardly had to deal with any mosquitoes on my trip thus far. Wow, what a wonderful thing. That Stephen Foster State Park was really a nice day. I'm very rested and rejuvenated. But it's very interesting, I learned after I made the video, my previous video, that Stephen Foster wasn't even from around here. They just made a big to-do because he wrote a song about the Suwannee River. Wow. He's actually from Pennsylvania, I think. And they don't even know if he ever set foot on the Suwannee. But anyway, they really grabbed hold of his song and made good use of it to attract tourists anyway. He died when he was 36 years old too. Pretty sad. Anyway, he was a good songwriter, folk song. It's really thick in here, but a nice path. Thank you, path people. little swamp. Nice board. Mini swamp. All right, I'm at the other end of this White Springs Tract area. Now, got a highway to cross. This is a very nice rest area. Wow. Crossing over the Suwannee River. And there's my mama. She's having the time of her life. It's a great view of the Suwannee. All right, I found my blaze. Took a bit. Well, this is a very nice sign. All right, my new trail. It is now the time where there is a severe famine over the land of Egypt, where Joseph is second in command only to Pharaoh over the whole land. The Bible says that the famine was over the face of the whole earth. Look at this sign, would you believe it? What are the chances? Now I'm walking on this side of the Suwannee. It seems to be flowing pretty fast in this section. I'm pretty sure, about 99% sure, that this is the last day that I will be hiking by the Suwannee. So let's enjoy it. I've already seen the tail end of a snake. I don't want to see any more today. Joseph's father, Jacob, had heard that there was corn or grain in the land of Egypt, and so he sent his sons there to buy some so they wouldn't all die. But he did not send his youngest son, Benjamin, there. There was no way he was going to put him through the potential of something bad happening to him. When they got to the land of Egypt, they bowed before the governor, who was also the seller of the grain, who was also their brother, Joseph. Joseph recognized them immediately, but they did not recognize him. It had been 20 years after all. Joseph spoke roughly with them and acted like a stranger. There's a bit of a waterfall. He accused them of being spies, and this was a reasonable accusation because there was often tense relations between Canaan and Egypt. Hungry armies make dangerous and desperate enemies. But on the defense, the brothers tell about their father, family, and other brother. This was information that Joseph was anxious to hear. It was highly unlikely that one family would attack Egypt. But Joseph wanted proof of the other brother. He would not let them leave until the youngest came. He said, "Send one brother to go get him, and the rest of you will stay here." And he threw them into prison for 3 days. Joseph was testing them, and he had spent 3 years in prison because of them. They had a taste now of what it was like to be imprisoned in a foreign country. Some rapids on the Suwannee. Then Joseph got them out of prison and said, "Do this and live, for I fear God. If you be honest men, let one of your brothers be confined, and the rest of you go and take the grain to your homeland. But you must come back with your youngest brother. If you do this, your words will be verified, and you will not die." Well, what a pleasant find this is in the middle of the path. Thank you. Then the brothers talked among themselves, saying, "We are truly guilty concerning our brother, for we heard the anguish of his soul when he pleaded with us, and we would not hear. Therefore this distress has come upon us." And they did not know that Joseph knew what they were saying. Isn't it interesting, though, that time does nothing to guilt except increase it? Joseph could not handle it. He had to leave the room and weep. This really is a very special walk. Whoa, a little bit weak, but beautiful. So high up. Yeah. A little bit of a dunk. Joseph came back and kept Simeon and bound him before their eyes. Simeon had been the chief instigator of the cruel treatment that Joseph had received, and his heartlessness was also manifested when he and Levi killed all the men of Shechem. Binding Simeon in front of them was in remembrance of how they had bound Joseph, and also to prove that he was serious about them bringing Benjamin back. On their journey home, one of the brothers opened his sack of grain and discovered that all his money was in it. Then their hearts failed them, and they were afraid. And they said, "What is it that God has done to us?" In Egypt, they were taken as spies, and now would they be accused of thievery? Well, they made it home and told Jacob everything. When they got home, they opened all their sacks and discovered that all their money had been returned. And then they were afraid. Jacob said, "You have bereaved me. Joseph is no more, Simeon is no more, and now you want to take Benjamin?" Jacob literally blames his sons for Joseph and Simeon not coming home. And little does he know how true his words were. They must have accepted Jacob's lament as a well-deserved rebuke. Then Reuben said, "You can kill my 2 sons if we do not bring Benjamin back to you." But Jacob was adamant that Benjamin was not going back with them. He had little confidence in their ability to guarantee Benjamin's safe return. Their hands were not clean. They had caused him many anxious hours in the past. Reuben had committed a grievous sin by sleeping with Jacob's concubine. Simeon and Levi murdered the population of a whole city. Judah's family was so evil that 2 of his sons died in their youth because of their wickedness. How could Jacob let Benjamin go with such men? Everything they were involved in ended in such disappointment or disaster. The Walking Man Bridge in loving memory of Cecil Kirkham. June the 4th, 2005. June the 4th is my brother's birthday. This is just so lovely. A very nice bridge. I haven't met a bridge I haven't liked, actually. I guess the moral of this story is that past sins can catch up with you. And even if you've had a change of heart, God sometimes will test you to see if you are really sincere. Oh, pretty sandy right here. Don't follow the cute stream, Leanne. Go up. Yes, there needs to be repentance and asking for forgiveness, and then God will give you a clean heart, and He will put the right spirit within you. Another nice bridge coming up. This was an eagle project. Thank you, eagles. Good job. Another nice bridge. Did you know that the Suwannee River is 246 miles? Its headwaters are the Okefenokee Swamp in Georgia, and it drains into the Gulf of Mexico. What is this coming up? It sounds pretty impressive. Can you hear it? Oh, wow. Sweet. Some real waterfalls on Florida Trail. Whoa, I tell you, roots can trip you up. Pretty, so pretty. This is a unique bridge. Ooh, better hold me, bridge. The water is deep, I can tell. But it would probably be really refreshing. Nice. Well, this is a fun doorway. Can I make it through? Oh yeah. Yeah, the Suwannee here is really rapid. That's amazing. It's always been so gentle. All last week was so gentle. See what I mean? You never know where the trail's gonna take you, so here's a really up-close view. These are called the Big Shoals, and it's the only Class 3 rapids in Florida. Now I've got over a 4-mile bike ride, and I am very, very happy about this. I will have covered 17 miles today, and just over 6 of them is with bike riding. So I've put in a really good day. But the big announcement is that I've passed the 500-mile mark. Woo! So you do the math. 500 miles in 40 days. Not as good as I was hoping it would be, but my top priority is making these videos rather than crushing the miles. So, and I have no time constraints. So I'm very happy, loving every minute of it. Do you have past sins that are still affecting you? Give them to God and let Him take you in a new direction. And cling to Him when things aren't going smoothly for you. I'll see you tomorrow.